Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Mystic Destinies, Serendipity of Aeons. So, we're in a dream within a dream within a dream, right? Because how are we back here? I open my eyes again. I feel my heart plummet into my stomach. No. Not this place. Anything but this place. I turn around to the door and reach out to push it open, but I can't. There's something keeping me from going out of the room. Michiko. I freeze at the sound of this voice I know so well. It's just a dream. This is all just a dream. I will myself to wake up, but I'm still here, standing in this terrible place. So I force myself to turn around to face the voice. What the heck do you want, pretty lady? And there stands the one person I've been dreading the most for months. My mother. My creator. Michiko. I need to talk to you. No. I don't want to hear it. What did you do? What you did to me? Michiko, please. No, you made me a homunculus, you jerk! Chapter 7, Aurora. I shout no. I shout myself awake, propelling myself out of my dream and away from my mother. I drag in deep, ragged breaths as I look around the unfamiliar room. Right, I'm here, in Avalon. As I begin to calm down, I realize that I feel better physically, although my emotions are still like a storm. I take my phone out and check the time. It's already this late? I must have slept into the next day. Sunrise should be soon then. I wonder where Shinji is. Maybe I can go find him. With that thought, I push myself out of bed and leave the room. As soon as I get to the terrace, I see Shinji. He's leaning over the railing, looking out into the distance over the sea. As I walk up to him, he looks at me. They won't let me see Mickey at all. I see. I can understand why he wants to see her, but maybe it's for the best that he doesn't see her right now, or for now. So, where did you go yesterday? Shinji shrugs. Just around. I did find one place that I definitely want to show you though. I think you'll really like it. Actually, I have something for you too, but it'll have to wait till we're there. Shinji starts walking down corridor, and I follow next to him with wide eyes. Really? What is it? Oh, is it a castle garden? Or maybe the training grounds where the knights practice? Shinji chuckles. No and no. You'll see. I'm not telling you yet. That ruins the surprise. Curiosity brimming, I go with Shinji to this special place. Oh, it's so pretty! We walk down from the castle to a small lake and I draw in a deep breath. So, what do you think? It's so beautiful here. I love it. We find a place to sit on the grass together and watch the dawn sky over the water. Do you know anything about this place? Shinji shakes his head. I haven't had the chance to find out much about it, other than it's called Loch Ninev. Also, like I was saying earlier, because of recent events, I forgot to give you something before. Shinji pulls out a ring with an amethyst in it. Hello? You don't give a girl casually a ring. I got someone to make you a personalized gear crystal. A gear crystal. I rack my brain, trying to remember what that is. It's a crystal that stores gear to help you control and increase magic abilities. Oh, right. I look down at the ring and Shinji takes my hand in his. I feel my face grow warm as he slides on the ring. Thank you so much, Shinji. No problem. Wait. Are you just gonna casually give me this gear ring and like whatever to you? Wow, dude. Guys don't give girls casually rings for no reason, I'm just saying. We sit and talk for a little while, before I find myself staring at the ring again. I look up at Shinji. Could I try it out now? Of course, it's yours now. He seems more open now, like he's more squishy? I don't know the correct word, but he seems more squishy. I look nervously down at the ring, wondering what it's going to feel like when I activate it. I stand up and listen to Shinji's instruction to focus on my power into the crystal. Whoa, my new outfit! When I open my eyes, I'm clad in a flowing long purple dress embroidered with gold. Wow, it's so pretty. Wait, this ring gives me clothes? I examine my dress a little longer, marveling at how different it is from anything I've ever worn before. When I sit back down, I realize that Shinji is no longer sitting down. He seems to be picking flowers. What are you doing, Shinji? Picking flowers? When I was very young, my father died. After he did, my mother, she always seemed sad. So I try to make her flower crowns to cheer her up. Aww! you're so cute. You'd always smile and say thank you, even though they were terrible. She always acted like they were the best thing in the world, more valuable than any crown made of gold and jewels. That's so sweet. I'm sure to her they really were. A momentary silence falls over us as Shinji begins making a flower crown. The question I've been wanting to ask suddenly comes to mind. How is it that you can see spirits, Shinji? Shinji looks up at me and I suddenly feel embarrassed for having asked out of the blue like that. Shinji doesn't seem like he minds though, so I add a few more questions. Are there many mages that can see spirits? Well, it's a really long story. I don't mind. I want to know. If you're okay with telling me. Yeah, alright. Ever since I was a little boy, I felt out of place, like I didn't belong. My parents were always kind and loving to me. There was still something missing. It was like there was an invisible wall between them and me. I think I knew somewhere within myself that I was different. When I was 7, my mother took me to stay at the Hirayama ancestral home for the summer. She took me to spend some time with my grandparents while she visited an archaeological dig of an ancient Atlantine temple. Being the curious child that I was, I managed to read all the books I could find in the main house and explore most of the property within the first month. So I was left with nothing else to do. There was, however, one place left to explore, an old storage building that was always kept tightly locked. When I tried asking my grandparents about it, I was only told that I wasn't allowed in there. No explanation was given. Of course, that only made me more curious than before, so when my grandparents were busy, I found the key to the storage building in my grandmother's study. When I finally got inside the storage building, I found it filled only with unremarkable junk. I was disappointed until I noticed something. In the very back of the room, hidden behind everything, was a sword in a glass case. The sword was in its scabbard, with numerous seals stuck to it. Something called out to me, luring me into removing the seals and pulling the sword out of its scabbard. The moment the sword was out, it released a spirit that was trapped inside. Within seconds of regaining its freedom, the spirit went straight for me, possessing me immediately. When it connected with me, I could immediately feel all the pain, the unbridled rage, fear, and intense sadness of the spirit. Only moments passed as I watched the life of the spirit flashing before my eyes, its life, betrayal, and murder. How it wasn't allowed to move on to the afterlife, and how it was forced into the sword, bound and sealed for centuries. Seething with rage, the spirit wanted to lash out. It wanted revenge on those who trapped it. They were long dead, but that didn't satisfy the spirit. It wanted someone else to feel what it felt. Possessed my body, moved to the will of the spirit. I grabbed the sword and went outside. I found my grandparents almost immediately. I didn't even have to say anything. They could immediately tell that something was wrong. They tried talking with the spirit, but it was too far gone and unwilling to listen to anyone. I attacked my grandfather with a sword. My grandparents were forced to defend themselves, all while trying not to hurt me. They continued to plead with the spirit to let me go, but their words fell on deaf ears. Inside, I was forced to watch myself attack my grandparents. Holy cow! At first, I tried to get the spirit out by force, but that didn't work. Then I started talking to the spirit. I tried to say that it wanted someone else to feel its pain that no one understood. Then I told the spirit that I did. I understood. I had felt all the things the spirit felt, seen its life and death. If anyone understood, it was me. The spirit calmed down and my body froze. Ignoring the world and I and the spirit talked. Eventually, the spirit agreed to leave as long as I agreed to bury the sword, since it was all that was left of the spirit. It wanted to be buried, and it wished for a tombstone, since it didn't get one when it was murdered. I agreed to the terms willingly, and the spirit finally agreed to let me go. After the spirit released me, I could see it disappear into the afterlife. I fulfilled my promise as a spirit and buried the sword, along with making a small tombstone to mark the grave. They say that the experience made me into an esper, but now I don't know for certain. To be honest, it might have just been the trigger to unlock some of my fate powers. Shinji finally lapsed into silence. I try to search for the right words, but they won't come. So, you're possessed. Yeah, but it's fine. Just casually, yeah, kind of. That sounds horrific. Traumatizing. I'm fine, seriously. As hard to believe as that sounds, it's something that doesn't bother me anymore. Well, okay. I guess I'll have to trust you on that. Wanting to get away from this subject, I look around for something else to talk about. My eyes settle on the garb I'm still wearing and I look at Shinji again. Hey Shinji, what does your gear look like? Can you show it to me? Sure. Oh, that's my gear. It's like when we're playing like RPG games and we have when you find new gear and you change into it. Okay. Shinji grabs a ring on his finger. Before I can even blink, his clothes have changed. Oh, you're such a baddie. Wow, you look really cool, Shinji. Thanks. Hey, could you stand up for me? Shinji reaches out a hand to me, and though I'm confused, I take it. He pulls me to my feet. I begin to feel my face get warm when I see how close we are, but he doesn't step away. Instead, he speaks to me in a quiet, gentle voice. Close your eyes. No, I don't want to. My heart pounding, I will myself to obey Shinji. He's putting a flower crown on me. Oh, you're such a prince. Oh, can you be the prince to my heart? I feel large hands on my face and something light is lowered onto my head. There, a crown fit for a queen. Although you're far prettier than any queen I've seen. Are you sure you don't like me? I open my eyes feeling shy but happy enough to be playful. Have you seen many queens then? No, just the one. But queen or no queen, there are few who are so beautiful both inside and out. The sun begins to rise in the dawning sky, and time seems to slow to a crawl as we look into each other's eyes. There's so much beauty around us in front of me that my mind desperately tries to remember every detail of this moment. The sound of the babbling water, the scent of flowers all around us and in my hair, the heat of the warm sun on my face, and Shinji's kind brown eyes and gentle smile, finally looking into mine as if I were the only one who mattered in the world. We stay like this for a few moments longer, staring into each other's eyes. And can we kiss? Please? Feeling shy, I separate myself from Shinji, trying to stifle a yawn. Or stifle. If you're tired, you can nap for a little bit. Yeah, that sounds nice. Shinji and I both lie down on the soft grass next to each other. Yeah, that sounds nice. Feeling extremely relaxed, I fall asleep almost immediately. Once again, I find myself waking up in this bedroom. But the question is, how did I get here? There's only one way, really. Shinji must have carried me here. I get up and look for my phone to check the time again, but I can't find it. I know I left it here somewhere. I didn't take it with me because it wasn't working. I started to look under the bed to see if it fell there, but then I hear the sound of heels clicking against stone. I look up towards the door as it opens. Would you mind if I came in? I shoot up to my feet at the Queen's presence. No, of course not. It's fine, you're welcome to. I heard you were attacked. Are you alright? Oh, is that her gear? Right here? And I was just looking for my phone just now, that's all. Sorcha slowly makes her way to one of the armchairs, and I notice that she doesn't seem a bit tired. Looks kinda angry though. I wonder how badly she was injured. Sorcha puts a hand on her side as she sits down, and I feel compelled to join her. I sit in the chair across from her. Thank you for your concern, but I will heal soon enough. I'm glad to hear that, but can I ask why Shinji isn't allowed to see his Miki Hirayama? He wants to talk to her. It is out of my hands. Miki has been confessing to the charges and even more, but I can't say more on the subject right now. I wish I could let Johan see her, but I also don't want that awful, horrible woman to hurt him any more than she has already. She really cares for her son, even though she doesn't know him much at all. Why couldn't mine have been like that? Why didn't mine turn out to be, well, like that? Before I know it, I begin to feel bitter and jealous about how much this woman cares for Shinji. I wish I had found out that she wasn't my real mother, that there was a mother somewhere else out there who actually loved me. I look up to find Sorcha staring at me. What about your mother, Michiko? You seem like such a kind girl. She must be a wonderful woman. No. Well, not exactly. She was always very distant with me. Maybe it was because she's a sorceress. I don't know. I don't know. A sorceress? Sorcha leans forward in the armchair towards me, a strange glint in her eye. It's an honor to meet someone who has given their gifts by the god of chaos. What do you mean? Have you not heard of the great god of chaos? The god killer? Sorcha points to the symbol above the fireplace. That is his sigil. You'll see it in any place associated with him or chaos. He is our patron god, the element of chaos entwined with a single being. It is said he gave the first sorcerers their powers. What is chaos? It is everything and nothing. It gives life and takes it. Only our god has successfully learned to wield the chaos. Sorcha says this so proudly that I can almost see her love for her god of chaos shining in her eyes. But I had almost forgotten the reason I came. I'd like to give you a gift. You would? I mean, thank you, but please. After all you've done for Iwahan and for bringing him to me. Well, okay. Sorcha holds out a closed fist toward me. When it opens, there's a purple flower in her palm. She beckons me over to her and I get up and stand in front of her. Oh, pretty! It's a new hairpiece for us. She reaches up and affixes the flower to my hair. I gasp when I see my reflection in the mirror across the room. It's so lovely. Thank you. It is called a Delia. In the language of flowers, it symbolizes prosperity and luck. I really want to learn the language of flowers. It's so pretty, like learning why we should give a certain flower to people, even though obviously they don't really know. It will never wilt for you. Really? That's so nice. I bow. Thank you so much. I'll wear it as much as I can. That is... Hello? What does that sound? Sorcha stops speaking as we interrupted by a loud boom. We both look at the door and then at each other. We should go immediately. I help Sorcha up and support her way as we leave the room. We walk out onto the terrace and almost directly into Shinji, who looks as confused as we are. The sound of thunder and shouting is loud in my ears. Two people run out towards the exit to Avalon, but I can't quite make out their faces. Stop! The two figures freeze and I'm able to get a good look at them. Mickey and Lachlan. It's then I realized that the things that were said about Mickey were true, even though I had hoped so much that they weren't for Shinji's sake. I glance at Shinji, whose whole body is tense. The two begin to move closer, but then they suddenly stop and point to Sorcha. You bitch! Whoa, dude! When Sorcha only stares sadly back, it seems to make Mickey even angrier. Ugh, I've had enough of you. Mickey raises her hands up to the stormy sky and lightning arcs down her arm. Without a moment's pause, she aims right at Sorcha. Cillian appears right in front of his queen, a single palm aimed toward Mickey that catches the lightning. With his other hand, he redirects it off somewhere in the distance. He unsheaths his sword, clearly ready to fight. This is really loud, by the way. Okay. Lachlan looks just as pissed off as Mickey at Sorcha and Cillian's arrival. But instead, as footsteps of the knights clamber against the ground, he turns to Mickey. We have to go, Mickey. Lachlan takes her hand and they run out of the castle. I don't miss the glance they give Shinji before they leave, though. Cillian turns to his newly arrived knights. Go after them! He then rushes his sword to side. Are you alright, my love? My love? What? I am fine, thanks to you. Cillian finally turns to Shinji and I. Allow me to explain everything. Lachlan broke in unnoticed and broke the prisoner out before anyone could do anything. When I got there, Lachlan said terrible things about Sorcha, calling her evil and manipulative, amongst other expletives. I swear I make him pay for that. But she's so kind. Cillian nods vigorously in agreement with this. I look at Shinji and realize that he's looking at me with so much intensity that my heart skips a beat. When he takes my hand and starts speaking a moment later, I think I might faint. Come with me. I can't stay here in Avalon. I need to go. And I need you. Oh my god, he's never said anything like that before. Yes, of course. We're partners after all. Oh, we're both saying the same thing! Oh, cute! We both smile at each other, but Sorcha cuts our moment short. Wait, please don't. I have to. We have to go home anyway. I see. I understand. It's only natural that you don't consider Avalon home after you are taken away from me like that. I hope you'll consider it home one day. But please wait and listen to why Lachlan is doing this. I thought you didn't know what his goals were. I did not want to burden you with the knowledge. But we might as well burden you now. Please, let us continue this conversation somewhere Queen Sorcha can rest. We agree to follow Cillian to one of the bedrooms in order to finally hear the reason behind all of these events. We are taken to the bedroom and after we all sit down, he looked toward Sorcha. In order for you to understand Lachlan, you must first know some of our kingdom's history. Lachlan's goals are related to the throne. In the first era, the era bowed, or bowed, bowed? I don't know. the warrior of Boudica? What is this word? I'm so sorry. United the Fae and began the court system. Afterwards, she became High Queen Boudica, the first queen. After her death, however, her descendants have all refused the throne for unknown reasons. Sorcha looks at Shinji. This is the line Eohan and Lachlan descend from. With mine and Lachlan's lineage combined, Shinji is the first in line to become the High King. Lachlan must have had plans to show Eohan once he grew older, plans to come back to convince him to take the throne and give it to him instead. Of course, poor Eohan would not be prepared for any of this. I'm sure Lachlan believed he would easily give in to his demands once fated with the task of leading a kingdom. Lachlan must have had Mickey's help all along, or perhaps she is the one who seduced him into leaving me and doing all this madness in the first place. What a horrible man! Indeed, he is the one that ran off with my darling newborn son. How could he possibly do such a thing as beyond me? I nod along with Sorcha. At least I had a good father, even if he wasn't with me my whole life. Shinji, who has been quiet this whole time, stands up. We all look at him, but he only gives Sorcha and Selena a little nod and the focus is on me. Let's go. With only that, Shinji leaves the room. I had to wonder what he's thinking, suddenly leaving like this, but I stand up to follow him out. When we get outside, I bow to Sorcha and Cillian. Thank you for everything. I glance at Shinji, waiting by the entrance, and then look back at Sorcha. Give him some time. He'll come around for sure. Sorcha nods graciously. Thank you. I wish you safety and health until your return. With our goodbyes said, I join Shinji. Together we depart from Avalon. Chapter 8, Eye of the Storm. As soon as we pass through the portal into the human realm, we're met by sunlight again. I squint up at the sky, glaring in the general direction of the sun. Don't think I'll ever get used to the weird time thing. We both deactivate our crystal gears with a flash. Wait, I still have the flower though. I followed after Shinji, and he begins to explain what he wants to do next. What we need to do is get some info first. Then we can strategize on how to capture Lachlan and Mickey. Though if they're up for talking without being captured, that would make things significantly easier for us. Shinji's voice suddenly feels so distant. Ugh. A strange feeling overtakes me as if something is shifting inside of me somehow. Go. Him. I hear a voice in my head. It sounds like my own, but it feels odd. Like me, but also unlike me. A sickly sweet scent fills the air. I can't quite place what it is, other than that it's a flower of some sort. I can feel my eyes start to prickle with sting for a moment. I feel like I might start to cry. Go. I hear my own name being called. I somehow manage to chase away the strange haze and focus on Shinji. He looks down at me with worry shining in his brown eyes. I want to tell him about the strange sensations that I just went through. He might know if it's something worth worrying about. Don't tell him. What? Why not? Don't bother him with it. It's not important, so no need. He has enough to worry about at the moment. He does always worry about others, and he's got this to worry about. Yes, it would be ever so nice to do this little thing for him. What? We're gonna listen to a flower? Tell him. Even though, honestly, I would not tell him in real life. Or in real life, I wouldn't tell him, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I should tell him. This can't possibly be normal. It is. I am part of you. A sorceress must always have a guiding force within. No, it's the flower talking, bro. Really? Yes, I'm here to guide you where you need to be. Voice is so warm, so kind. Even though I can't see it, I feel like they're right there next to me. Like a big sister quietly watching over me. I'm not sure what I'm doing, and even though I do agree, I can't help but feel uneasy still. But what's next? We need to go get the info from somewhere. Shinji looks away for a moment. Whatever the reason, he seems reluctant to tell me. You know, you can tell me anything, right? He sighs and turns back to look at me. Alright, so we've got to go to Gallon. Hold on. If we don't tell him what is this? Yeah, that's true, I won't tell him. He doesn't need to pile more worry on top of everything else. I'm not sure what I'm doing even though... Dude. I don't know which one. I want to tell him though, because he said if anything we had to tell him. So I don't know if this choice will help us later down the road. I have no idea. What? Gallon, why? Shinji looks amused for the first time in a while. He laughs. You'll see. Let's go. Shinji takes me to a pretty normal looking house in the outskirts of Chawa. Just make yourself comfortable here. He starts to move, but before he can leave the room, I call out. Wait! You're not gonna leave me here to wait while you go off and do some secret stuff alone, are you? Shinji laughs and shakes his head. No, not this time. I just need to go and call the old man, so I'll be back in a bit. Oh, okay then. I barely manage to settle in on the sofa when Shinji comes back with some tea for us. I thought you went out for a call? I did, but I also made some tea. We need to relax.
God.
Thanks. Am I allowed to ask where we are? Is this Gallon's house that we're in or what? Sort of. It's actually a safe house. That sounds so suspicious. Safe house? For what? It's just a safe place for various meetings mostly. Definitely suspicious then. I take a sip of my tea, quietly weighing the pros and cons of asking anything more. Oh, Michiko. Yeah? Shinji sighs. This might not come up ever, but I want to warn you just in case anyway. Warn? I suddenly feel very nervous. Never lie or try to trick Gallon. Depending on the situation, he might just let it go and choose to be amused, but with him it's hard to predict. He always knows. I nod, but my mind is whirling. Just what is going on with them? I take a sip of my tea and glance at Shinji. Should I ask? Would he even tell me? Hey man! I see you brought Michiko after all. I jump at the sudden... Okay, never mind. I was trying to remember if I went and sneaked around to see their conversation, but I ended up not going at all. I jump at the sudden new voice and inhale tea instead of air. Often I look up at Gallon, who's standing there leaning against the doorframe with an amused expression. Where did he come from? Gallon seems to have a bad habit of appearing as if from nowhere. Sorry, didn't mean to startle you. His words don't match the expression on his face at all. He's totally not sorry. As Gallon takes a seat on the opposite sofa, I realize that he might have overheard what Shinji was telling me. Oh no, I hope he didn't. How awkward would that be if he did hear Shinji warning me about him? I glance at Gallon, but I can't read him at all. He just looks amused as always. Our eyes meet, and for a moment I feel as if he can see right into the deepest parts of me. Those vivid green eyes shine with knowing. But before I can think too much on it, Gallon directs his gaze at Shinji. You haven't told her yet. It wasn't a question. Whatever it was, he knew. Shinji chuckles. He doesn't look the least bit surprised. Told me what? And is that what he meant? That Gallon just knows? No, I haven't. I wanted to wait for you. But you knew that already. Gallon just continues to smile without comment. Shinji rolls his eyes and sighs. I feel like I'm only getting pulled in deeper into confusion at their conversation. Shinji then looks at me. There's a sort of black market. Officially it's called the Mercurus market, or just Mercurus. Okay. Gallon is an information broker. In Mercurus he's known as Raffin? And he's the best one there is. What? I knew something else is going on with them. Oh, then the warning makes sense. If information is his business, then of course he's good at telling who's lying, especially if he's supposed to be the best. I see, then I finally get why you wanted to see him. Shin, isn't there something you're forgetting? Shinji gives him a very long stare and then looks back at me. Shin? Fine, yeah. I also work for him, not just in Veritas. My precious apprentice. So I was right, he is involved in some shady business. But I'm really glad it doesn't sound like they're flat-out criminals. Shinji rolls his eyes at Gallon's words. Anyway, the point of this meeting is that we need information on Lachlan and my mother. Where they could possibly be hiding, and anything else you can get. I don't see that being a problem. I'll need a day or two to gather information and reach out to my sources. Yeah, that's fine. And Shinji, when you find them, just what do you plan to do? I think they should both be locked away forever. Did it get darker all of a sudden? Hello? Death would be too good for them. What? What did I just say? no. I think what? This flower, dude. Both Shinji and Galen give me an odd look. Shinji frowns but doesn't comment. He looks like he's not really sure what to say to that. The way Galen looks at me, I could swear it seems like his eyes start to shine. They fall into the flower in my hair. My, what a lovely flower, Michiko. Is that a souvenir from Avalon? When he says it, Shinji's eyes instantly snap to the flower as well. Where did you get that? My head feels heavy. I need to leave. I want to leave, to run away. I run my fingers through my hair. I picked it while we were by the lock. You must have just not noticed, Shinji, but that's understandable. Why am I lying? That's not me. That's a flower talking. What the heck? We're gonna save it here though, guys. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is getting interesting. Why is that flower making me lie though? Huh? Shinji, you know how I talk, right? That the flower's lying. I didn't pick it. You were there. I was napping with you. Hello? He even took me to my room. He would know what was on my head. What? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.